Hey, Noah family, it's Pastor Matt with your devotional thought for today. In Job chapter 19, he says the following: "For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been thus destroyed, yet in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. My heart faints within me." At the beginning of the year, I started a new chronological reading of the Bible plan, and I actually invited my boys if they wanted to join me in it so they could read through the entire Bible with Daddy, and they both wanted to. So it's been really neat to do this with my boys so far for the first couple weeks and a half into the year. But we just finished the book of Job and are back into Genesis now. But I wrote down this verse when we went through this portion of Job, and it stands out to me so much. I find it to be so striking because this is Job chapter 19. And so there has been a lot that has happened to this point, and much of what's been recorded over the last few chapters have been the dialogues between Job and his friends, and that's what's going on back and forth. And his friends continue to challenge Job, and when I say challenge, I don't necessarily mean challenge him in the right ways. They may mean well, but a lot of what they say would just compound his hurts as he goes through this hard season of life where he's lost his family, and now his body is filled with calamities and hardship and boils and painful things on his body. He's just going through such hardship at this point in his life. And yet, as he's walking through all these hard things, this is what he says: "For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been thus destroyed, yet in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another. My heart faints within me." This is what he knows, that his Redeemer lives. And even as he's gone through all these things, at last he acknowledges that he shall stand upon the earth. And he knows that after his skin has been destroyed, meaning after his life is done, even with all these hard things, he will see for himself his God, his Redeemer, who has come. And therefore he ends this little section here by saying, "My heart faints within me." See, that's where Job is at, even with experiencing all these calamities, and he struggles with these things. He wrestles with them, no doubt, throughout this book. But this is where he lands. This is where he finds himself, even after going through all these things. And it just brought my mind and my heart and my eyes into thinking about this reality of, man, Lord, when I go through hard times, do I have my heart fainting within me to be in your presence? Or am I quick to despair? And am I quick to be overcome with questions of, where are you, God? How could you let this happen? And Job isn't at that place. He says throughout all this, at this point, he says, "For I know my Redeemer lives. And at the last he will stand upon the earth," meaning I will see him. I will see him. My eyes will behold my God. And with that excitement, his heart faints within him. And I think about that in our lives. When we face hardships, and I'll be honest, it's very unlikely that any of us have faced the level of hardship that Job has faced in his life at this point in Job 19. And yet he can still say, even while he's enduring all these things, that he knows his Redeemer lives. He never loses full hope. He continues to avoid despair because of his hope in his God and the redemption that will come through his Lord. And so his heart faints within him for that. And I hope that we can strive to do that as well, knowing that we will face hard things in this life. Maybe not the likes of what Job faced. Maybe someday some of us will, but even still, even if we face that level of hardship, our hope remains. We don't live hopelessly. We have hope because our Redeemer lives, and we will see him face to face. Let us take that and run with it, brothers and sisters, no matter what we're facing, that we may maintain hope, because our hope will not disappoint us, because it rests in our Redeemer, the Lord Jesus Christ, who lives forever. And let our hearts faint within us as we yearn for that day, no matter what this life may throw at us.